As you may know, the 8-year anniversary of Stardew Valley has just passed us by on February 26th. And to celebrate the occasion, ConcernedApe posted a big announcement to his Twitter. He said, "It's the 8th anniversary of Stardew Valley. Thank you for all the support over the years. Today I am announcing the PC release date for the 1.6 update, March 19th. Console and mobile will follow as soon as possible." He then followed up by saying, "With a new update on the horizon, a worldwide concert tour underway, an official cookbook coming soon, and now over 30 million copies sold, Stardew Valley is thriving more than ever. As always, I'm eternally grateful to the players for making all of this possible." And then he said it's back to the grind and that he'll see us in 3 weeks. Over the past couple of months, I've made a handful of videos here and there about everything we know about Stardew Valley 1.6, but I thought it would be a good idea to compile everything we know in one big video, and talk about a few new features that I never got a chance to touch on here on YouTube. And you're definitely gonna want to stay till the end of this video, where we will discuss the contents of this photo in the announcement tweet. More specifically, this little guy right here. But before we get into all that, let's quickly talk about today's sponsor, NordVPN. If you'd like to keep your information secure online, NordVPN is a must. Your privacy on the internet needs to be a priority, and NordVPN is the gateway to secure and private access to the internet. If you love watching movies, shopping online, or enjoying free Wi-Fi at your local coffee shop, but you don't have NordVPN connected, you are always at risk of cyber criminals and hackers who want to steal your sensitive data. But NordVPN keeps all of these snoopers away. It makes your internet activity private, protects you from accessing dangerous websites, and lets you enjoy your favorite content securely, even if you're away from home. And the best part is, it is just a click. And it's totally risk-free with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. And you can get an exclusive NordVPN deal at nordvpn.com/mriz. Using my link with NordVPN is a great way to support the channel while also getting yourself the necessary internet security that you need. The link will also be available in my description box and also in the pinned comment of this video. That's nordvpn.com/mriz, or use code MRIZ at checkout. Thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. First, let's start off by speeding through the vanilla release notes on the official Stardew Valley wiki. These are unofficial release notes for the 1.6 mod author alpha. The new content announced by ConcernedApe via Twitter has not been revealed yet and therefore is not listed in these patch notes. We will get to those tweets a little bit later, but for now, let's rapid fire read through these patch notes. Some new content and features include an added world map for Ginger Island, visible when visiting the island. The world map now shows your actual position within the world in real time, instead of showing you at a fixed point for each location. In multiplayer, you'll see other players' locations in real time as well. The farmhouse and pet bowl can now be moved through Robin's menu. The farm computer can now be used anywhere to see a summary of that location, instead of only the farm. The mini jukebox can now be used on the Ginger Island farm. Home renovations now have a purchase price, which is refunded if you undo the renovation. The game knows whether you bought it though, so refunding a pre-1.6 renovation won't give you free money. Some balance changes include, you can no longer lose the golden scythe, infinity weapons, or tools when dying. Added grace jumps into Junimo Kart. When you run off the track, you can still jump for a short time to recover. Increase the shaving enchantment's effect on giant crops. Each giant crop now has a 60% chance of dropping an extra 6 crops while the shaving enchantment is equipped, spread across the number of hits needed to break it. For example, a base axe which breaks the giant crop in 3 hits gets 3 20% chances of dropping 2 crops. The mushroom cave now provides mushrooms every second day. It was unintentionally changed to daily in Stardew Valley 1.5. Randomization no longer produces simple repeating patterns in many cases, e.g. clay farming, mushroom level prediction, crab pot fish offset, etc. You can enable use legacy randomization in the advanced save options to use the old randomization, though some specific patterns may still change due to the underlying changes. The option is mainly intended for speedrunners. Most players should keep it disabled for the intended experience. Rebalance the crop fairy event. The chance no longer depends on the number of crops planted. It can no longer happen on the last day of the season to avoid growing crops that might die overnight, and it can no longer choose dead crops to grow. Spreading weeds can no longer destroy artifact spots. Some various quality of life changes include, NPCs now shove chests out of their way instead of destroying them. Redrew the world map to better match the in-game locations and be more detailed. Shops now have a slight delay before you can buy or sell items to avoid double clicks doing it accidentally. Planting cactus seeds on the farm now fails with a message, instead of the seeds dying overnight. Marnie's animal menu now shows prices in the tooltip, in case the tooltip covers the price display. Holding a tea sapling or seed over a garden pot now shows the green-red placement tile. The museum reward menu now prevents picking up a reward that won't fit in your inventory. The museum reward menu now lets you exit while holding a reward. It'll be added to your inventory if possible, otherwise it'll drop at your feet. If an item menu exits while you're holding an item, the item is now always retrieved. Previously, only some item menus like chests chests would do it. If a default farm building like the greenhouse is somehow removed, it'll now be rebuilt next time you load the save. You can no longer pick up rugs if there's something on it. You can now refill slingshot ammo by right-clicking it with the same ammo. Previously, that would just swap the stacks. Positional sounds now fade with distance when off-screen, instead of cutting off abruptly. Made more sounds positional, mainly player and tool sounds. Deleting a save on PC is now much faster. Significantly reduced save loading time when there are many custom locations. You can now move full chests by hitting them with an axe, hoe, or pickaxe. The chests will shift one space at a time. Previously, this could only be achieved via collision if the farmer's hands were empty. Gender-specific clothing variants can now be worn by any gender. There are a lot of little gameplay bug fixes when it comes to in-game player buffs and other various things. I'm gonna share some of the more significant fixes, but I will leave the patch notes linked in the description in case you want to read the rest of them for yourself. Fixed fence gates popping off when opening or closing them while the player overlapped the tile. Fixed issue where breaking a bee house containing honey would drop a generic honey item instead of the flavored honey it would produce when harvested. Fixed issue where using the rain totem during a storm would make the next day stormy too instead of just rainy. Fixed being able to place a yellow couch in a loom. Enabled some dialogue that were accidentally never shown. That includes Emily and Shane's flower dance custom accept dance dialogues when married to the player. Shane's dialogue when browsing the saloon vending machine. Lewis congratulating female farmers after their wedding. A line in Maru's 14 heart event. 3 dialogues from Sam related to Kent. 2 randomized dialogues when an NPC buys an item you sold to a shop. 2 speech bubbles from Marnie and Robin when you enter their shop building. A fortune teller dialogue for your potential spouse. And there are a ton more fixes where those come from, but those are some of the more notable ones. And now let's get into all of the things that ConcernedApe himself has confirmed about the 1.6 update via Twitter. There are a lot of really big updates that I'm sure you've seen on his Twitter, but there are also a lot of little things that he confirmed in replies to fans that can easily be missed. So let's catch up to speed in chronological order. April 16th, 2023 was when he first announced that there will be a Stardew Valley 1.6 update. At the time, it was supposed to be a small update to make Stardew easier and more powerful to mod with a little bit of new content, which, as we know, turned out to be a ton of new content as time went on. A little over a month later, ConcernedApe randomly tweeted Iridium Scythe, seemingly confirming the addition of an Iridium Scythe in 1.6 to match the rest of our Iridium tools. On September 21st, ConcernedApe posted an out-of-context photo of what looks to be a Joja parrot on Ginger Island who's looking for coins instead of golden walnuts. Since this tweet was posted with no caption, we don't have much to go off of here, but this photo does tie into one of the bullet points from ConcernedApe's following tweet about the 1.6 update. Just a few days later, on September 27th, ConcernedApe posted a graphic with a major sneak peek of upcoming features for 1.6. I'm sure you've all seen this graphic by now, but just as a reminder, let's quickly run through these bullet points. It is confirmed that we will be seeing a new major festival, 2 new mini festivals, new late game content which expands on each of the skill areas, new items and crafting recipes, new Joja alternatives to some of the endgame quests, which seemingly ties in with the Ginger Island Joja parrot, 100 new lines of dialogue, new winter outfits for all of the villagers, a new type of reward for completing billboard requests, PC support for 8-player multiplayer, many small additions and adjustments as we covered in the alpha patch notes, a new farm type, which you can check out my last YouTube video to see some fan theories on what this new farm type might be, and lastly, new secrets and more. And under this graphic, ConcernedApe replied to a fan asking, how busted is Shane's winter outfit? By saying Joja Mart's finest garments. We can also see a handful of new out-of-context items, and to quickly go through them all, we have what looks to be a star-like sprout that loosely resembles a star drop, these egg-looking things which I'm theorizing might hatch into the new colorful frogs being showcased, some sort of new fish machine, maybe a storage place for fish so they don't take up chest space, a new bush, a new totem, a new drink, a bow and arrow quiver, question mark, what looks to be some sort of ticket, maybe a train ticket, a mystery box, a new NPC who looks like he's up to no good if you ask me, a sneak peek at Jazz and Sebastian's winter outfits, and a new tree type. The next 1.6 tweet came on October 5th, where ConcernedApe posted a collage showcasing that our Stardew Valley cats and dogs will now be able to wear hats. And not only will they be able to wear hats, but there are also new hats shown in this photo as well. And about 2 weeks later, on October 20th, ConcernedApe posted a photo of a new artisan good, wild horseradish juice. Gross. Being able to turn forageables into artisan goods will be great for making those collectibles more useful in the long run. And we can also see a tiny little sliver of another brand new item that is not currently in the game. It's pretty much impossible to decipher what it is other than a bright green blob thing. I have seen some theorize that it could be some sort of moss item, but who knows. Then on October 30th, ConcernedApe tweeted another out of context photo of what is safe to assume is a giant key crop. I'm assuming the player has a chance to create a giant key crop when completing Key's crop quest, similar to the other giant crops for each season. Then ConcernedApe went a little quiet for a month. And then on December 1st, he tweeted, a ton of progress on 1.6 last month. It's self-imposed extreme crunch mode, nose to the grindstone mode. Here's one of the many additions in 1.6, keeping mostly everything secret. Followed by an image of a big chest that will be able to store almost twice as much as a regular chest. We can see that the big chest comes in both wood and stone versions. And he confirmed in the replies that these big chests will be usable with workbenches. And he did that thing again where he kept a little sliver of a mysterious new item that is not currently in the game. And exactly 1 month later on New Year's Day, ConcernedApe tweeted this photo to wish us all a happy new year. This photo has a ton of new features, like more of the winter outfits for some villagers, new firework items, new decor, a new text-based sign, the same mystery box that we saw earlier, and a very ominous and realistic cow sprite surrounded by 2 star drops with text that says, good fortune to you in the coming year. This box could be hinting at something in the update, or it could have just been ConcernedApe low-key confirming that the 1.6 update will release this year, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. A few weeks later, ConcernedApe went on a little bit of a tweet spree. He first posted, 1.6 ended up being a little larger in scope than originally planned. I'm done adding major new content to it now though, and it's in a bug fixing and polishing phase until it's ready for release. Thanks for your patience, it'll be fun to see everyone play it. He responded to a tweet asking if the 1.6 update comes out when I'm in the middle of a playthrough, say I'm in year 2, would all of the content be available / unlockable on that game, or would I need to start a new save file? He said, that won't be a problem and you will see most of the new content that way, but I still might recommend a new file just for fun and to see everything in context. Someone else asked, how would you say it compares in size to 1.5? Surely we aren't getting another island full of content, right? And he said, hard to compare because 1.5 was all about a big new area, whereas 1.6 is about adding more to the old stuff in the game, with a lot of little things. Another fan asks, will it be available to everyone at the same time, or the mobile players have to wait? ConcernedApe said, it will likely come to PC first, but I really don't want a big delay between PC and console and mobile. That was a nightmare in the past. And he responded to a similar question from before, asking, is it going to be best to start a new save when it releases, or will old saves get all the benefits too? And he said, it'll be fine to play on an old save, but I'd probably recommend a new save just to experience everything in context. Otherwise, you'll unlock a bunch of stuff right away when you load up your old save. Someone else asked, I hear update 1.6 is going to make things easier for installing mods. Can I ask how easy it's going to be? And ConcernedApe said, 1.6 does not make it easier to install mods, which is already pretty easy. It makes it easier for mod creators to create mods, and gives them much simpler and more powerful access. And then on February 19th, ConcernedApe responded to a tweet that asked, why doesn't the map match the seasons? It's winter and I open my map and it's regular. To which ConcernedApe said, sunglasses emoji. And stepping out of chronological order for a second before we reach the final release date announcement tweet, there are 2 tweets from a while ago where ConcernedApe said he would take things into consideration from fans, but he has not 100% confirmed whether or not these things will be in the update. Like this tweet where someone asked, will Hat Mouse's house get a tiny upgrade to protect him during the bad weather? It would be sweet to help him out since he provides such lovely hats. And ConcernedApe said, that's a nice idea. I'll take it into consideration. And then there's this tweet where someone asked, in the 1.6 update, would you please consider adding the ability to gift the farm dog or cat a treat? It would also be cool to give Emily's parrot a mango or something. And ConcernedApe said, hey, sure, can't make any promises, but I'll consider it. Good thinking with the mango. And finally, we've reached the most recent tweet that I talked about at the beginning of this video, where ConcernedApe finally announced the PC release for Stardew Valley 1.6. The image that he posted along with this announcement is pretty intriguing as well. We see the Stardew Valley logo surrounded by a lot of familiar and unfamiliar things. From the infamous graphic we saw earlier, we can see the same swampy trees, the maybe frog eggs, 2 frogs on each side of Stardew, and then there's a mystery raccoon on the E. I saw a speculatory theory on the Stardew Valley subreddit suggesting that this raccoon might be hinting at a prairie island. We learned about Prairie Island in the Natural Wonders movie. This same movie teased Ginger Island before it was added in the 1.5 update. The movie states that the island is known for its abundant population of raccoons. It is worth noting that ConcernedApe has stated that 1.6 would not be focusing on a big new area, like Ginger Island. But the evidence here is pretty compelling. Maybe Prairie Island could be a smaller area area similar to Calico Desert. And that, my friends, is all of the information that I have gathered for this video today. Is there any information that I missed? Please feel free to leave any information in the comments down below, or even your own personal theories about what we might see. We will most definitely be live streaming a brand new farm here on YouTube once the 1.6 update drops on March 19th. And we'll also be continuing our evil Joja run that we've been doing. That way we can see the new endgame Joja content. I am so excited, and I hope to see you all in those streams so we can all discover all the fun new things together. Also, please feel free to join my Discord server. The invite link will be in my description box. We would love to have you join the Mrizcord. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!